Hey everyone, it's Kayla and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing another reading vlog. So I'm really excited. This is the second vlog I've done. It is the first week of school this week, unfortunately. Today is January 5th. I go back to school on January 7th. Unfortunately, can you hear the sounds of that? That's me crying inside. I filmed one video already and I have to film 2 or 3 more. I get to film 2 or 3 more. But my brain is like fried and I'm all like excited because I've been talking about books. Anyway, I get to talk about books some more right now because I wanted to do a vlog to see how much I could read in the week that I go back to school. I have a feeling it might not be very much, but I'm going to try my best anyway. So, the first book that we are going to be marathoning this week is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I have already started this book. I'm about over 30% of the way through and I'm really enjoying it so far. Very cute, very cozy. I guess not really cozy, but like it's very inspiring so far. All I know about it so far is that there's this girl, her name is Clementine, and she lives in an apartment in New York City, in New York, I don't know where in New York, that spontaneously time travels by 7 years, and there's like some romance involved and some heartbreak so far involved in that. I don't think any of that is spoilers because I'm only 150 pages in. 142 pages in, my bad. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I was supposed to have it read by yesterday because yesterday was book club and this was the book club book for January. However, there was a fiasco with the library, partially my fault, partially not. But the good news is that I have it now and I am reading it in the physical copy and I also have the audiobook. So I'm looking forward to hopefully finishing this soon and then we can move on to other books because it's January 5th and I haven't finished a book yet this year and I need to. Hey everyone, it is... Mom's texting me. My mom played the word. Hey everyone, so it's Monday now. Way past owing you a reading update. It is... Can you see my clock in the background? Look at my... Side note, before we get into the reading update, I wanted to show you my little alarm clock that I got for Christmas. Can you see that? Kind of? It's plugged in. It's not one of the fancy ones, but it's like a little sunrise alarm clock. So I'm working great. Anyway, but I've actually upgraded to 2 books. So there's actually 3 things I need to tell you. So I'm afraid I'm going to forget one. So the first one is The 7-Year Slip. I started this vlog on page 142. And currently I'm on page 179. So making some progress for sure. I'm really enjoying it so far. However, I will say that the secondhand embarrassment is getting to me a little bit, so I keep having to take breaks, but that's okay. Hopefully I will read more of it tonight before bed, and yeah, just keep making progress on it. I just hit myself in the face. You may be wondering why I'm still at home, even though it's Monday, and I said in the beginning of this video that it's the first week of school. My school does like a special term in January, and so classes start tomorrow on Tuesday, and we have like 3 or 4 days of class every week in January and 1 class. I'm taking a class on British literature, and for that class we are going to read this book. I don't know how to say it, and I'll find out tomorrow in my class, but it's by H.G. Wells and it looks really interesting so far. It's about like it's about something. I don't really know what it's about yet. I'm gonna start today because in the fashion of college I have homework before the first day of class, so I'm gonna start this today. My professor said something in his email about like how the first 20 pages don't feel like a novel, but like they proposed a question in the email of like, what does a novel feel like? You know what I mean? So I'm really excited to read it, and hopefully it's not too dense or too difficult, because I find this phenomenon really strange where when I'm reading for fun, it's like super cool, super fun, super quirky, just like read, but then when I try to read for school, I'm like, oh my god, this is the hardest thing and the worst thing. So hopefully this is enjoyable because it's supposed to be a novel, right? It's not a textbook. Anyway, last thing before I actually lock in on school, because I've only been working on it, my planning and prepping for a little bit now. I went to the library. So the book that I picked up is The Angel of the Crows by Catherine Addison. This is our March book club book for the book club that I have with my friends. And I put it on hold early because I was worried that I run into this problem all the time where I will put books on hold for our book club meetings but then don't get it till like a week before. So I put it on hold early and it's here early, and I don't know if I'll get this read this month, or definitely not in this video. So this is going on the TBR, the end of the TBR, because I got too many books to read. But anyway, I thought I was picking up 2 books, or I was hoping that I was going to pick up 2 books, because I also had Misery by Stephen King on hold, but it's been on hold. I've had it hold on it since September because it was another book club book, but I never got it, and so I never read it, and I will read it as soon as it comes in. It says on the library website that it's shipped, so I'm just waiting for it to come back. So I'll probably be back at the library this week or next or sometime soon. That's the update for today. I don't know, it's a little past 2 o'clock, so I don't know if I will have time to update you later, but those are the plans for the rest of the day, and I'll see you sometime tomorrow. Tomorrow, like I said, is the first day of school, so I don't know like when I'm gonna see you. I will definitely see you. Bye. Apologies if you can hear my mom. She's in that room with the dogs, but it is Tuesday. It is 7:40. I've been up since 5 something trying to get through the day. First day of school today went pretty well, all things considered. However, I'm very tired and I've been collecting my thoughts for this update all day. I might forget something. There might be many addendums to this, but we'll just do our best. So, shortest update first. Tono-Bungay, I think that's how you say it. I am reading this book for my class this semester. Don't have that much to say about it, honestly. It's pretty interesting so far. I've only read the first chapter, but that was what we were talking about in class today, along with just like syllabus stuff. Really interesting narrator, narrative style, characters. I don't really know, to be honest. I spent about an hour discussing this book, thinking about this book, and I don't really have that many thoughts. I'll tell you tomorrow. How about that? Update on the 7-year slip. Let's look at what page I'm on. I am on page 284. Over 100 pages since I last talked to you. Funny thing about this book was I blame it for part of the reason that I was tired today, because last night I ended up going to bed later than I wanted, and this book is to blame. I was reading it and I was like, okay, Kayla, I usually read at night. My goal is to read until I'm tired, like yawning so much I can't focus, or I'm so bored by what I'm reading because I'm tired. Not necessarily because the book is boring, but because like I'm so tired that my brain isn't functioning, and that's usually when I like to go to sleep. But I had to go to sleep like pretty quickly last night, if that makes sense. Like I didn't have time to get to that level of exhaustion just because it's already so far past my bedtime, and I had to get up really early today. Just like a chapter or so, and then I'll go to bed, right? I literally one more chapter my way through like 15 to 30 minutes of reading, which sounds normal, but it really isn't for me. I'm pretty like I don't know, that's not usually like me. So that was really interesting. One thing that I learned in that 100 pages is that if you are thinking about reading this book, please check the trigger warnings, because I did not, and some of the content kind of took me by surprise, which is okay. Like that happens. That's the risk that I take in consuming media, but it's really compelling. It's really compelling so far. I was giggling. I wanted to read it during the breaking class today, but I was like, I can't. I might laugh out loud, and I really don't need my classmates thinking I'm weird on the first, because I'm giggling at a book. I'm really excited and also kind of dreading the end. A, because it's really interesting and fun, and B, because my sister started reading this book and I've been trying to like gauge from her how it ends, and it hasn't been good so far, so I'm like dreading what's gonna happen. Hopefully it's a happy-ish ending. I have a feeling it's not gonna end the way that I want it to. We'll definitely be reading more of that later tonight. And then the last thing that I want to show you is kind of random, but I wanted to show it to you. I ordered makeup from Sephora, and I'm really excited about it, so I wanted to show you. I have to open the package first. So much paper. Oh. So much paper for this little thing. Oh, okay. I don't know if you can see it, but I got the Rare Beauty like liquid blush, and clearly the mini size. I am very excited about this because I don't usually order like high-end makeup, and also I don't really order like new makeup very often. I don't order makeup, period. Like I had to create my Sephora account to get this, just because I'm a drugstore girly. I like the cheap stuff because it works, right? And then also I'm the kind of person who like buys the makeup product and doesn't try other things until that one product stops working or runs out. So my blush is finally on its last leg, and I ordered this. I went to Sephora last week to get it, but they didn't have the shade that I wanted, and when I went online to purchase it, they had the mini version, and since I've never tried this product before, I thought it'd be a good idea to do the mini version, although I don't think I realized quite how mini it was. I didn't think that it was gonna be that small. I'm sure it's a great product. Like, I love Selena Gomez. I'm not hating on it, and I know that the Rare Beauty blush is like great. That wasn't the happy note that I wanted to end on, but anyway, those are my updates for Tuesday. That's all I gotta say to you because my brain is shutting down. I will see you all tomorrow. you something about this book. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Hello everybody. It is Thursday. We have some updates to go over. It's also 7:30 in the morning, so you can see the sun is actively coming up behind us, so I apologize if the lighting is kind of dark. Lots have happened since lunchtime yesterday. I know I didn't talk a lot yesterday, but this is what I have to say, because I was hoping that the next time I updated you, I would be done with the 7-year slip, and that is the case. If I can pick it up. I finished the 7-year slip yesterday, last night. The more that I think about it, the more mixed feelings I have. But first, let's talk about my progress. So since last talking to you, well, since the beginning of this video, I started this video on page 142. According to this copy of the book, there are 326 pages. The math is not mathing, but I think that's 200 pages. Maybe. So that's pretty good, right, for the first week of school. I think part of the reason why I read it so fast was because I also had the audiobook. The physical book and the audiobook happened to come at the same time, which was really great because it helped me read faster. And the same thing is the case for the next book that I'm going to talk about. And I'm really liking doing that so far. So as long as the holds keep aligning, I think I'm going to keep doing that. I know reading is a hobby and it's not about reading as much as you can, but I like to see how much I can read. So we're going to see if I can read faster while still enjoying it, because that is really important to me. Reading fast is not fun if you're not giving yourself space to enjoy the stories and stuff. But anyway, the ending I have really mixed feelings about. I think it's partially my fault. It felt like the ending was like extended over several chapters, like the last quarter of the book, which makes sense, but like there were so many emotional moments to hit that like I liked them, but then the book ended and I was like kind of emotionally exhausted. Like there were so many conclusions. By the conclusion of the whole book, I was like, I'm kind of exhausted. But to be fair, I think that's partially my fault because I was liking the book so much. I was worried about how it was going to end, and so I kept like putting off the ending. I didn't want to like, I was worried it was going to end badly, which, no spoilers, but I personally do not think it ended badly. I have mixed feelings about it. I don't love the ending, but I wouldn't say that it was a negative ending, if that makes any sense at all. So yeah, finished this last night, gave it 4 stars because I did really enjoy it. I have much more faith in the romance genre after reading this book because Nightmare Before Christmas like scarred me a little bit. So naturally, now that I finished that book, I need to move on to the next one. So we're gonna move on to Vengeful by Schwab. I have been trying to get through this book for weeks, and it is not the book's fault. I just keep having to like prioritize other things over it. So I've been stuck at like a little bit over 10% for like weeks, but I'm finally gonna make progress because I also got the audiobook for this book, so I'm gonna try to go between them. I was thinking about it last night, and I like have a slight aversion to this book just because I'm like, it's so like emotionally and morally gray that like I like it. It's interesting to read, but it's also like slightly uncomfortable. Like I was thinking about it kind of like the taste of coffee, where like coffee is really good and I really like it, but it's also like sometimes really bitter. And so that's my metaphor for 7:30 in the morning. I am excited to see where this goes, but I also am having some trouble with like the time jumping, which was kind of an issue in the first book, but like I don't know, I think I'm just not paying attention. See if I like get the hang of it as the book goes on, because I'm only like 70-ish pages in. I was reading it on audiobook this morning, so I don't know what the page number is, but anyway, I almost definitely will not finish this book before the vlog ends because it's Thursday and I'll probably wrap this up on Saturday, but we'll see how much progress I can make. Oh, ignore the trash can. I wrote all my notes on all the sticky notes so I wouldn't forget anything. Welcome to the end of the vlog. I've not been very good at updating you guys the last couple days because it is Monday, like almost 8:15 on Monday, and the last time I updated you was I think Thursday. Last day of the vlog, technically, or the challenge, I guess, of how much can I read in the first week of a new term, right, was yesterday, Sunday. So let me just give you my final thoughts and updates on these 2 books because I did get through 2 books. So first, let's talk about Vengeful. So I did not finish Vengeful. I think I said in the last clip I didn't think that I would. It's really long. It's like I think almost 500 pages. It doesn't look like it's almost 500 pages, so but it is. Got just over 50%, I think. Last time we talked, I was on page 76, and as of last time I put my bookmark in here, I was on page 241, so quite a lot of progress. But the thing about Vengeful is like the pacing is really weird, so like I feel, because the plot is so saturated, like there's so much stuff going on, there's so many different like plot elements, so many different characters that like it's great, right, but there's so much going on that I feel like I've made a lot of progress, especially because the chapters are so short. And then I've only made like a couple percentage points into the book. So it's like a little bit frustrating, but I can't say that I don't like the book. The characters are really compelling. The story is engaging. Like there's so much stuff going on that it's like, it kind of reminds me of the way that like Cassandra Clare plots, where like there's just so much going on that you literally don't know what's gonna happen. I am enjoying seeing the two main characters kind of like their rivalry continue in this book, because like I said, maybe in this vlog, I know I said it in a different video, I wasn't sure like how the main conflict was going to continue in this novel, but I see it now. So that's all I have to say about this. I'm really want to finish it, but I still have like half the book to go. I'm having a hard time like articulating my thoughts on this book, just because like I like it but I don't like it. I don't know, I do like it. I like it in a different way from when I liked the 7-Year Slip. Like the 7-Year Slip, right here, was really easy. You went on the adventures with the characters and you just kind of like went with the flow. This, you got to use some brain power. And I'm not totally against it. I just think like pairing these two like back to back was like a choice. Great segue into the 7-Year Slip. So I don't want to like rehash my thoughts on this just because that was, I think, in the last clip. But I still stand by my rating of 4 stars. I would say this is a very, very cute romance. I would recommend this even if you are not like a regular romance reader, because the plot and the characters are really compelling. Even if you're not a big romance person, I would highly recommend this. I'm gonna say that those are all my thoughts, but I know that the second that I stop recording, I'm gonna be like, oh, I was supposed to say this, or oh, I forgot. But you'll just have to stay tuned for my January wrap up to see all of the things that I thought about this once it like simmers more. This is pretty good for the first week of school. I finished this book, and I had already started this book previous to this week, but I read almost half of it. So I would say it's actually above average for a week of reading for me, and it definitely helped having the audiobooks, because even though I didn't listen to the audiobooks like extensively, it was helpful to just like listen to a page while I was getting my breakfast in the morning or something. I also discovered, so I tried the thing where you like listen to the audiobook and read at the same time, and I think that my reading speed is faster than 2 times speed on the audiobook, at least in certain circumstances. Like before bed, I'm gonna read slower because I'm tired, but like because I was like listening to it and trying to read at the same time, and I was like getting frustrated because my eyes would like keep skipping down the page, and I was like, come on, audiobook, go faster. Like that was an interesting discovery. I don't mean that like as a flex. Like I don't think being a quick or slow reader is like super important. I just thought it was funny. So now we know how much I can read during the first week of school. Thank you so much for coming along on this adventure with me. Let me know in the comments below what your reading plans are for this upcoming month, and I will see you in the next video soon. Bye!